Greetings, here we are. Greetings, here we are with another delightful video. This time it's going to be a video covering, in other words, a overview of the the Core GM screen for Pathfinder 2nd Edition Remaster. Now, I do like very much that they chose to make a new Game Master screen. I personally feel that Game Master screens are one of those essential items for any TTRPG system because they are an exceptionally great aid for new game masters getting into the system because they contain oftentimes a lot of the core rules in which the game master needs to run the game. And considering that is the case, I do really like that it's extra clear. If you look here in the corner, that it says 2nd Edition Remaster. I definitely like this tear. This is essentially a tear or label corner that has a whole 2nd Edition Remaster on it. I've said before that I don't really care for the fact that Paizo is inconsistent with these. As you can see here, it just says 2nd Edition, but it's green. And then you'll have get to the other book. And then you'll have ones like, take that one off the top of this stack. And this is also a Pathfinder 2nd Edition remastered product. You will know this because the hard confirmation that it is indeed a Pathfinder 2nd Edition remaster product is on the inside of the book. When you go to the very back page, they'll have the ORC license notice as opposed to the OGL. OGL is Original Pathfinder 2nd Edition or the Legacy Pathfinder 2nd Edition. And the ORC license stuff is Pathfinder 2nd Edition remaster stuff. But as I said, this is the little indicator here that's normally for the original Pathfinder or Legacy Pathfinder 2nd Edition. This is the most common variant for the remaster. And this is an even more clear version of that. So, as I've stated before, I would very, very, very much Paizo that you guys make it more consistent, as that will more effectively allow for people to buy your products with confidence, knowing that they are indeed buying the correct version of Pathfinder 2nd Edition. Some people say, oh, go online and look up the list or something like that, or that is a really, really bad argument. Right off the bat, you cannot assume that everyone who wants to play a TTRPG has internet access or knows about Archives of Nethys. It is important to remind people that Archives of Nethys exists, as it is an exceptional resource for all your essential Pathfinder 2nd Edition, Starfinder, and Pathfinder 1st Edition rules. But it is not the default option. So, as you can see here, I actually have quite a bit of a stack here. I got Vecna, Eve of Ruin, Tianjia World Guide, Starfinder 2nd Edition Playtest Core Rulebook, and Edge of the Empire Core Rulebook for Star Wars. So, those are the next few things, as well as the Level Up Advanced 5th Edition Adventurer's Guide down here. You can see at the very bottom, and then there's another book that's red just below that. But it's all the stuff that's coming, as well as the starter sets. Move my soda cans from one corner to another. So, back to this. This happens to be, as I said, the Game Master screen for Pathfinder 2nd Edition Remaster. As I said, I really like that it's super clear on this one product. That is an inconsistent logo identifier for them, so they really should stick to this one. I like this one a lot. It comes in a plastic sheath that goes over this. There's this outer sheath right here that has the orc notice down here. The Game Master screen, MSRP is for $24.99. There is a piece of our image on the back of the outside art of the Game Master screen, as well as what's in the Game Master screen. It is a standard four panel landscape screen. Landscape as opposed to vertical. Vertical is like this. I personally am fine either vertical or landscape for my Game Master screens. However, in the case with the vertical orientation, being that they be slightly taller, they're not as wide, and they tend to have a bigger shadow on the back side when you're using them. So landscape is pretty much the standard for all Game Master screens now. As you see, it's 4 panels. That's why it's called 4 panel. You have the complete artwork from end to end, drawing out a very nice scene. The Game Master screen starts out from left to right is the conditions. It is very well written out. It has alternating colors depending on the condition, so it easily blocks out blinded as one tone, and then broken as another tone, and then clumsy as another tone, and so forth. As you can see, the name of the section is typically on the left hand side of it. To the right of that will typically be the page number and what book you will find it in. As you continue over from the conditions, you have icons for your actions. Nice little piece of artwork of a goblin artifice, alchemist, not in a good condition. You got basic actions, which is handy for any game master to look at very quickly and remind their players you have this option and that option in a given situation. You got specialty basic actions, which are more specific to, say, character classes or the specific situation at hand. You got death and dying rules right here, which is very important in a TTRPG. TTRPG should always have death and dying rules, and it should be clear as to what happens when your character hits 0 and runs out of whatever resource that keeps them from dying. You have unconscious rules, which are also exceedingly important for any TTRPG. There are some TTRPGs that are created today that don't have these types of rules. Keep in mind the default rule in OSR, if your character goes to 0 HP, is your character is dead. That's the standard rule in the OSR or TTRPGs. So there you go. There's the little section on treating wounds, terrain, cover, and falling damage rules. All essential stuff that your game master should know or want to know as they're running a game. And then you go over to the next section, and then you have skill actions, and will designate whether it is trained or exploration or downtime or downtime. Simple DCs, DC by level, spell ranks, DC adjustment rules, specific skill DCs for like crafting, earning income, and so forth. Creature identification table. So if you are running a aberration, what kind of skill does your player need to know? And for identifying that aberration, it's occultism. Detecting creatures, various rules for concealment and undetected and invisible. Exploration activities, what your characters could be doing as they're walking through a dungeon or through the wilderness and so forth. You got the basic hero point rules. You got the how durable a type of object is, like a door, a stone, iron rod, or crumbling masonry, and so forth. The climb DC, as well as how hard it is, HP and broken threshold, and so forth. You got environmental damage. You got force open, how to bust open a door or lift a iron portcullis and so forth. Remaster terms. This is a translation key for from original Pathfinder 2nd Edition to the remaster. This is handy just in case you're still using the original Pathfinder 2nd Edition stuff with this screen. You can convert over. You got XP award rules and encounter budgeting rules, and elite and weak adjustment. So when you're running an adventure and you feel that the creature you put on the battlefield is a little stronger than it needs to be because someone was sick today and didn't come to the game, or you have a new friend that's over that is somewhat experienced and has a good character, you can bump down the creature or bump up the creature with these adjustments. Everything on this screen is very essential. It is very well organized overall. It is very nice that they always include, say, like GM Core 53 here for the Game Master Core book, which is page 53, or the Player Core book, which is 434 page for detecting creatures rules. So if there's any more details or explanations on those pages that will help illustrate how this mechanic works, you can easily find it very quickly. My only dislike, by the way, I do like the fact that they alternate tones of color between each item in here and they separate it out. My only dislike with this whole Game Master screen is that it is fairly cluttered. It's well organized, but it's cluttered. And some people who have ADHD and dyslexia, if you start cluttering things a little too much together, their brains short circuit and they have a hard time picking out details. Just another reason why I avoid starches, but when I go to Game Master, any game system that I'm new to, and I don't want to be ADHDing while I'm trying to read something. Overall, I do really enjoy the Game Master screen. I personally feel that I would really love a 5-panel version of this. Maybe stretch out the stuff a little bit so it has a little more space and maybe add an extra thing here and there. But this contains all the essential stuff that a Game Master truly needs when they're running Pathfinder 2nd Edition Remaster. The $24.99 feels kinda high, but it's not exorbitantly high. $19.99 would definitely be the sweet spot price for this item, but being $24.99, it's still good deal for buying something like this. If you ever get like a Game Master screen that's up in the $29.99 or the 30 plus range in price, you better have pockets or some other stuff added in with it, or a secondary Game Master screen that comes with it, or booklets or something else like a free adventure. A lot of other companies will do that, say like Fantasy Flight or Chaosium will include adventures with their Game Master screens. But anyways, this is a pretty good overall product. I do suggest, if you are new to Pathfinder 2nd Edition, either the original or remaster or Starfinder, that you definitely pick up the Game Master screen. Please note that even if you are a player, not just a Game Master, but a player, I suggest getting the Game Master screen. My tip as a player is that instead of having it set up like a Game Master screen, you lay it down flat and use it like a play surface at the table right in front of you. That way, I have a whole bunch of books right here, but just having it lay down flat, you can easily read it out very easily. It's in fact better lit laying down flat than standing upright, and some Game Masters might want to consider doing that instead of have it stand up. Just have it lay down flat on your table. That way you can see your party ahead of you. You can roll right out in front of you, but you still have all the information that's really, really, really useful at your fingertips, as opposed to have a book off to your side or something like that. So there you go. I would definitely say that this is a 4-star product. It would be better if it was cheaper. Maybe if it had a 5th panel on it, it would be higher score. But overall, it's a pretty good product, and it's a must-have for anyone who is new to Pathfinder 2nd Edition. And any Game Master screen for any system is always a handy item for not just for the Game Master, but for the players as well. So, if you enjoy this video, please consider subscribing and liking, and sharing it to your friends. I cover more than just Pathfinder, Dungeons & Dragons, and so forth. You will see that I will cover or show off products for Traveller, Call of Cthulhu, RuneQuest, Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay, all kinds of stuff. And that's a pretty good value in itself for everyone, because you get to see what the product looks like. I ramble a little bit, I tell you what I think about it, and sometimes you'll come across examples of me complaining about something that is incredibly obvious that it is a very poor design choice. I will still rant and rave about the fact that they choose to use green as a color, which is a very poor color as far as color blindness is concerned. But, oh well. So, there you go. I do believe the next video I'm going to do is going to be the core set for Forbidden Lands, which is right here. And then the video after that will be Vecna Eve of Ruin. Oddly enough, they don't have the 50th anniversary bug or icon on it. But they do have it on Infinite Staircase, right there. So, some of the stuff I'm going to cover in the future. So, thank you very much for watching this video. I try to keep these videos as short as possible, so you can pop in, maybe turn the video up to 1.25 times or 1.5 times, or slow it way down to 0.5 times if you want to donate extra watch time, and you just watch the video. So, next few books, Vecna, Tianzhou Guide, Karen, and Starfinder 2nd Edition Core Rulebook. So, see you next time. Ciao.